Hello everyone, welcome back to Nelda. I'm keeping my voice down because some of the other people in this house are having a little nap. It is nearly 2 a.m. and I'm about to have a little nap too. But before I do, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a boy. It's a story about a boy. This boy decided that he would try to use server commands. So he tried the server commands, and guess what? They worked. So this boy started using server commands all the time. He started giving himself all the things that he wanted to get. He gave himself diamonds and diamond tools and all the food that he wanted and carrots and wither skeletons' heads. You see these here? Those are not legitimately obtained. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 64 plus 52. You can do the math, but it's 500. If I use a particular server command, I give myself 500 of any item. Now, clearly, this is not legitimate gameplay. And I want to talk to you about illegitimate gameplay. If you go ahead and you just create whatever you want, why aren't you just in a creative world? I mean, if you're playing survival, you're playing it because you want to play survival. You want it to be interesting. You want it to be a challenge. You want the game to be balanced the way that the creators intended the game to be balanced. And if you're playing on a server, then you've accepted the condition that you will abide by the rules of the server. And one of those, for every survival server that I'm aware of, is that you cannot create items out of nothing. That is a power left only to God. Only God can create something out of nothing. A mere mortal human like us have to wait for monsters to spawn. So, you see these 500 wither skeleton heads? I can make a good number of beacons with that, if I fought the wither many, many times. But you know what? That would devalue the beacon. That would make the beacon worthless to me and to everyone on the server, really, because if you can get something in infinite amounts, that means that it no longer has any value. So, I've been standing in front of this rubbish chute for the last 3 or 4 minutes, and you can probably guess what's going to happen next. This is what we do with things that we may have accidentally, but also possibly may have on purpose, spawned in. Bye-bye. Burn in hell. So, no more illegitimately spawned witherheads. Let me show you a little something over here. These are my legitimately spawned witherheads. Oh yes, I am very happy about those. 9, that will give me 3 withers, which means 3 stars, which means 3 beacons. Now, that's a lot of skulls to have at any one time, but let me show you exactly how and why I have all of those skulls. But before we do that, I need some armor, so let's get some armor going. All this iron legitimately obtained, as you would expect. because I've just given you a lecture about why things need to be legitimately obtained. So, I need a helmet, I need some boots and leggings. And a chest plate. Now, I probably need to enchant these, and I can enchant one of them, but I'm short of levels for the rest. So I'll have to go to my blaze farm and, oh man, projectile, and enchant that. But in the meantime, let's go to the nether. So this is how I've been getting all of my wither skeleton skulls. This enormous platform you see before you is a withered skeleton spawning platform. You can already see there are 3 spawned right here. This space here is 2 blocks high, and they have their heads stuck in the top. They can't move, and they can't attack me unless I actually stand almost right inside him. Look, there, he's hit me now. But it's very safe otherwise. So I hit him with my regular sword, and I hit him with my looting sword, and I don't get any skulls. But that's fine. We expect that the skulls are going to be a slow thing to get. And I've already talked about why we need to get them legitimately. So these pads here, they are larger than the actual area of the spawning of these withers. These blocks here are the center of the intersections, which I think are very large in terms of their spawning area for the withers because of basically laziness from someone at Mojang who decided that he would just drag a box around the intersection rather than being, processing each part individually. So it's laziness on his part that's given us the opportunity to make stuff like this and use up all our cobble. So the normal size of an intersection is 19 blocks across. So it would be 9 blocks this way and 9 blocks that way. Die. Anyway, so this fortress was fantastic because we had 3 intersections right next to each other. That's pretty rare. So I got a good few wither skulls just running around this fortress before I'd even built this cobblestone monstrosity. But there's a lot of work to do yet. I need to go around this area and place half slabs to decrease the spawns that are not inside this special area. I've torn up so much of this nether fortress. Have a look at this. Okay, that's just the other stuff. But, oh yes, there we go. Entire double chest of that, and then more. That's all the nether brick that I've removed so far. One of the annoying things associated with the wither skeletons is that now there are blaze spawning fortresses as well. And I have to say, I find that pretty annoying. Because blaze are hard to deal with, you have to have... Gotta run. To be honest, this is not super dangerous because we have... I'm playing here on an easy difficulty on this server, The reason we play on easy on this server is because it is mostly populated by younger people, like school-age people. I'm one of the few older people on this server, and I think the decision was made at the start that it would be better to have them play on easy difficulty level. So I've been learning a lot of bad habits. I think I need to do a single player series in hard mode so that I learn to watch out for myself. But yeah, so we get 3 intersections over there, and I made the platforms 4 blocks wider than the actual spawning space, because if a pack spawns here, then some of the pack will spawn outside this zone. The pack itself is spawned in this block, but the positions of the members of the pack are somewhere in a circle. The maximum radius is determined by game mechanics and probability and so on, but basically 85% of spawns occur within 5 blocks of the pack center. So if 1, 2, 3, 4, if this were to be the pack center, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks out this way, and we got sort of 5 blocks in every other direction, basically. So we cut off a little bit, but it's very likely that most of the spawns will be occurring on this platform. Okay, so that's the basics of how this whole thing works. Let's talk about the number of platforms. This is the very bottom space where the wither skeletons will spawn. This air block here, to be precise, this air block here, this is one of the walkways, 5 blocks wide, all of which is withered spawn space. And the spawning box is some numbers of blocks high. I can't remember exactly how high it is, but the first, this air block here that I'm standing in, this air block, is the first block that the withers can start spawning in. Their feet will spawn in this block, so they can spawn on top of this upside down half slab. I made a bit of a mistake because these are upside down half slabs, but these here are full blocks, so I wasted a few blocks there. Anyway, 2 blocks high space so that they can fit, and then we need another full block set of blocks here so that their heads will get stuck here, and that they can still spawn here. Another full block, same deal. There's another wither skeleton over there. I'm just going to take him out quickly. Who knows, this might be the one that gives me the 10th skull. Oh, and it is! Wow, that is brilliant, fantastic. Okay, I'm going to quickly put this safely in my ender chest. That's why you have to go after every single wither skeleton you see, because you never know. That might be the one that gives you the skull, the next skull. Okay, so let me get back to explaining these spawning pads. The top layer, the top spawnable layer, is this one right here. This air block, if this were to be an air block, that is... That blaze is really annoying. This is the topmost air block that the wither skeletons can spawn in. So, no, the wither skeleton cannot spawn on top of this block here, but they can spawn on top of this block. This spawning surface is level with the top of these side railings of these walk rate, as you can see. Where's it? Cast. That's 100. Alright, one of the other really annoying things about these wither skeletons is that I often find that I'll see a pack, like over there, and then I'll run towards it, and they despawn before I even get there. I find that very frustrating. I know it has to do with just the normal mob spawning and so on, that they despawn if you're too far away from them, but it's very irritating to see your prized target creatures despawning before you can even get to them. I mean, I'm sprinting full speed, but it takes some seconds to walk this long distance, and they can despawn by that time. Alright, now let me say, why did I make this extra area? Well, for one thing, it gives us extra spawning space, but for another, it allows us to get far enough away from that pad so that new packs will spawn there, because monsters spawn within 128 blocks of you, or they actually spawn within 240, but they instantly despawn if they're more than 128 blocks away. But they don't spawn within a radius of 24 blocks of you. So, given that this, if I'm standing in the center of this pad, I don't know exactly where it is, but looks like it's approximately here. If I'm standing here, then this pad is essentially completely blocked off for wither spawns, because it is currently 19 plus, it's 27 by 27, but the packs can only spawn within a 19 by 19 area, which means that the furthest distance away I think is less than 24 blocks. If it's 19, it would be 9.5 times the square root of 2, which is 1.4. 14, yeah, okay. So it's conceivable. It's conceivable that a wither skeleton pack could spawn here while I'm standing in the center of that pack, but it's a low chance. We want to increase the chances as much as possible. So that's why I made this extra bit, so that we could run away and hopefully more would spawn and then you can go and get them. So these staircases allow you to kind of see the platforms. I see a skeleton there. So they give you a nice view of the spawning pads, and which hopefully will allow you to see wither skeletons if they spawn on one of the pads, because the problem, of course, of using cobblestone is that you can't see through it. So we've got these staircases, one facing each direction, so you can go down it. Look at that pad, look at that pad, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Okay, how about the other side? Nothing there. Nothing there. Now I know it's blocked off by this, but don't worry, that's going to go. There's more work to be done here yet. Lots of beacons, and for that we're going to need a very nice spawning space. There's still a lot of work to do here, of course. A lot of this netherrack is going to have to go out with TNT. I'm going to be half slabbing a good deal of it, which means I'm going to need a huge amount more cobblestone. And that is a bit of a problem, because as you can see, this thing is made entirely of cobblestone, and I used up my entire supply before I even finished this part. I didn't even get to that part. So I used up all of my supply, then I went to the spawn village and stole everyone else's, and this is all we have left. This is, as far as I know, I mean, there's bound to be some chests that I can't get into because they're locked. But all the chests that are wide open, I looked, and any cobblestone, I just took it. So if anybody's watching this from Nelda and you're really desperately after cobblestone, I'm sorry. I'll mine you some more later. But yeah, this is it. So we're gonna have to be pretty. I'm gonna have to do a lot of mining to get some more cobblestone so that I can finish this project. One thing that I have found is that the process of mining is very relaxing. It gives me a nice change of pace from building these enormous things. Because I find it quite tedious to do a lot of... That's a wither skeleton. Let's see if it can get to him before he respawns. Run, Forest, run! No blazes, that's good. Yes, we're gonna get him. Get them. Alright. Whacking with my normal sword. Whacking with my looting sword. Come on, give me a skull. Nope. So that's the way that's gonna work. This little area here is gonna go because the light from this ender chest is blocking. It's gonna reduce the probability of spawning slightly, I think. That's the other thing. This fire over here is increasing the light level. Right? We've got block level of 8. How could it be RL0? Isn't there a background light level in the nether? Anyway, the fire is lighting up this platform, and light linearly decreases the spawn chances on blocks that are lit up. So if the light level is 0, the spawn has the maximum chance. If light level is 1, then it's reduced by 1/7. If it's 2, then it's reduced by 2/7, 3, 3/7, 4, 4/7, 5, 5/7, 6, 6/7. I think I may be wrong about this. Maybe it's 8ths. Yeah, I think it would have to be 8ths. So 0 is full chance, 1 1/8 reduced, and so on. And then 7 would be 7/8 reduced, and then 8 would be 8/8 reduced, which is 0. So 0 chance of spawning at light level 8 and above. So we want these spawn pads to be as dark as they can be. Not any light getting in here. And that's the problem with all the burning netherrack around. That's another good reason for half slabbing the area. You don't get ghast fireballs lighting the place up all the time. One thing I do want to add to this area is some sort of zombie pigman safe room. I'm thinking something with pistons, like maybe in the corner here or something. You'd have a small room made out of cobblestone with a portal inside that you can run into. There might be a tripwire or a pressure pad, probably tripwire. Have some sort of safety so that normal mobs can't get in, but only players, like a trapdoor or something. And then as soon as you run in there, bam, pistons close up behind you and block the hostile mobs, because the zombie pigmen have already killed me twice here. Not while I was running around, because I've been very, very careful not to aggro them. But while we were building this, mini-ticks thought it would be fun to just aggro some zombie pigmen, and they started attacking both of us as a result of that. And we lost some items. No big deal, I didn't actually lose anything. I managed to get my items before they despawned, and then for some reason his items despawned just as they were there, and I was just running towards to get them, and they despawned. Which is a pity, because he had some diamond boots and that sort of thing. So, but he didn't seem to mind too much about it. I think he's got the right attitude about this game. You can't get too worked up about losing stuff. Let's get these guys. See, that's the problem. Zombie pigman standing right in the way, and they actually get in the way as well. Like, they just walk. You see? You see what these guys are doing? Get lost. Get lost. I can't hit him there. Come on. so want to just smash him in the face, but that would cause issues. What if he dropped a Witherhead? I would have to Ender Pearl down there. Okay, that's pretty much all I want to say for now. You're probably getting bored by this now. So I'm just going to take out these Wither skeletons. Oh yeah, that's a nice pack spawn. Lovely. These normal skeletons are a 1/8 spawn chance, as I'm sure you know. Oops. There's another blaze. Screw it, I'm not interested. Swords with knockback. Great for fighting like oh man. See, this is why I don't play on hard mode. I really need to learn to be more careful with my health. What was I saying? Oh yeah, knockback swords. Really good if you are fighting Gnosis sausage. Really good if you're fighting the creeper. Not really good if you're fighting pretty much any other mob. Possible exception of zombie pigman. If you're really taking on a big pack of zombie pigmen, then knockback can be a fantastic thing. But the best way to take on a big pack of zombie pigmen is from very far away. Just another planet, really. Just make sure that you're really far away from them and snipe them with a bow from like 60 blocks away. You'll be fine. That's what I had to do ultimately. The zombie pigmen here were just killing me and I had no armor, so when I came back I brought my bow with me and I sniped them from ages away. Way over there. Okay, so this is my zombie pigman, my wither skeleton spawning area. As you can see, I've got very much soul sand. That's actually annoying. Which is going to give me many withers if I want them. So those wither heads that I spawned in before, we could use them and just totally trash everything in the server. But that would be a really super douchey thing to do. Especially since most of the big builds on the server at the moment, at least the ones that are under construction, are being worked on by me. So that would be kind of just shooting myself in the foot. Maybe I'll do that in a single player world just to see what happens if you spawn like 50 withers. See how much damage they actually do. Those blockbusters are pretty crazy stuff. Anyway guys, I'm gonna keep going here. I hope that you have enjoyed watching me run around looking for wither skeletons. I really need some better armor, don't I? But yeah, I'm gonna keep grabbing some more wither heads here. Head to bed pretty soon because I'm very tired. And yeah, Minecraft's a lottery. Be lucky. That's all for now. I'm Palladium PD signing out.